Hi guys, and welcome to Making It with Dee. I'm Dee, and in today's video I would like to give you an update of my progress over the last month. So this is a March update. Today's date is the 1st of April, so I'm a little bit late, but I didn't want to come on here and have nothing finished and just talk for talk's sake. So I thought I'll bring something finished. In today's video I'd like to share with you my finished objects, my works in progress and acquisitions, and I also have some exciting news, so stay tuned for that. Just introducing you to, if you're new here, this channel is about things that I create, that I make, and it ranges from knitting to sewing to crocheting, sometimes even baking. So I'm just using this channel as my creative outlet. So if you enjoy that kind of content, stick around. Okay, let's get started with what I am wearing. So this little slip over, I guess is what you guys call it. I call it a vest. And so it's a little pattern from my Spotlight book, my maker book that I have been showing off on this channel so often. I have knitted, crocheted a few things out of this very book. So this volume, which is volume 38 of the maker book. I've been collecting these books as they came out seasonally. I think they've stopped producing them now because I haven't seen a new one yet. So this is a vest out of this pattern book, and I'll just stand up to show you. From here to here is a self-striping yarn that I bought in batch form at Spotlight, and from here up is just regular acrylic 10 ply or 8 ply, no, 10 ply yarn that I've added to the top of this. So this vest is knitted bottom up, and it's a twisted rib, and I really quite like it. It's a very simplistic kind of, the back and the front are exactly the same, and you just seam the shoulders and the sides and then you're done. Quick and easy. It's meant to be knit out of cotton, but I used what I have, and I am not yet educated enough in terms of yarn and qualities and all those things. I am learning, and I will tell you some of my learnings. But so this is the pattern here. It's called the Flinders vest. I'll show you there what it looks like. And so it's two-tone only in this one here, but I have chosen to do it using these colors because navy happens to be one of my favorite colors, as you'll tell from the rest of the content of this video. So I just want to show you a picture of the girl wearing the Flinders vest. And so yeah, that's where I saw this. I feel like it looks easy enough. I whipped it up probably over a couple of days. It was just a very simple pattern. So now I would like to move on to finished objects. And my finished object of today is my long line cardigan. My Daisy long line cardigan using Moda Vera wool, Daisy, which is acrylic, mohair and nylon. And look at the glitter. It's got glitter as well. So this is the jumper, the cardigan here. I haven't yet put any buttons on it, but I'm very pleased that I finished it. It's taken a really long time. and I guess because it's not 100% mohair, it doesn't feel scratchy at all, but it is a cardigan, so it's kind of something that you throw over the top of clothing anyways, which will prevent the whole scratchiness. It's not scratchy. I thought I was sensitive to mohair, but apparently if it's mostly acrylic, it doesn't bother my skin. Okay, so there's that, and I'll show you some pictures of me wearing my cardi over here. This knit really meets a need for me in my wardrobe. I identified that I needed a navy something cardi, because I really love how navy is a classic color, you know, you can't move away from it. Although I'm a person who kind of likes bright colors. I do like to wear bright colors, because they kind of go with my skin tone. Bright orange, yellows, pinks, all of those colors. I haven't had my colors done, so I don't know what I am in terms of season. I just go with what I think looks good on my skin. So there's that. So I've done this, finished my cardigan. I can see how versatile it's going to be in my wardrobe, and I particularly love the little bit of glitter that's in there, you know. Can't go wrong with a bit of bling. For a woman of my age. I don't know why I said that. So that is one finished object that I have to share with you. And I guess another little finished object, which I'm going to be honest with you, it took me a while to figure out, or just to make the time to finally get around to it, is my little, what I promised in the last video, I was going to make some stitch markers with these beads, or placeholders. Is it placeholders? Yeah, maybe a placeholder is what this one, what I'm calling it. And because I've seen lots of fancy ones, and I mean, I am a woman who's trying to stick to a budget with my hobby. And so I went to the $2 store and bought myself a bag of these little earring hooks, because to me that's what they looked like when I saw how people were using them. And a really cheap $3.50 jewelry set with little beads in it, and it's got the little wiring thing in there as well. So yeah, one YouTube video later, how to attach beads to hooks, and here's what you've got. And to my mind, it will serve the purpose. I haven't really thought about how to lay out these beads. I could have done several different layouts, but I thought I would just finish one to show you guys that this is the idea behind what I was saying I was going to make my little placeholders. And so I could have just used these smaller beads and just put 3 on there, or even 2. I have plenty of beads left, so I'll be making a few of these for myself to use, to show where my progress starts. Okay, so as of this video, I will be using my little placeholders. I am excited to get into my WIPS because I've made progress and I love it. I'm so happy to announce I've made progress. Now, I have been working on my pressed flowers shawl, and not a lot of progress, but I feel like I've made quite a bit of progress on it. See, this thing is looking quite nice, and yes, this wool is very, very rustic. But I have knitted with it before. I've knitted a pullover for my son in this very wool, and see my flowers, aren't they pretty? I think they look so pretty. I love the autumn colors of this, and I'm excited to see how it's going to bloom when I block it, and it does soften as well. So there's that. And because it's a shawl, which is something you throw over the top of your clothes, this rustic wool is really good for outerwear. And so yeah, it won't scratch me. If it remains to be scratchy, it'll be over the top of my clothing where I won't feel it. So there's that. And as mentioned before, the reason why I made this, I was attracted to this pressed flowers shawl, is because I wanted to learn to do mosaic knitting, and I had this wool, this yarn. I think it's a pure wool of some sort. I have no idea what it is. I want to say I was gifted it, but actually I earned it. I did something for a school that I was working at. I crocheted a few reusable water balloons, and the school had been donated. A donation was made to the school of this wool, a whole bag full of them, and so I asked if I could use it, and they said to me, help yourself. So this is what the wool is like. These are the two colors I'm using, and I've come to find out that it's from a company called Wild Earth Yarns, but there must be a reason why they donated it to the school. So probably not the best quality or something. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I could be very wrong. But anyway, so that's my progress I've made with my shawl. And hey, I'm going to pop in my placeholder here so that we can know for next time how much progress I've made. When it comes to my next video. Okay, so there it is, the progress keeper, or whatever you want to call it. Is it a progress keeper? Please tell me if you know the word for it in the comments. It is escaping me at the moment, so I'll just pop it in there so that I can know where my last place was. This is WIP number 1. Then the last time I made a video, which was my February update, and I will link it in the cards above. If you're interested, you can watch that video too, where I talk about the Julie doll that I'm making for my grandniece, and I was really excited about casting on. It's a crochet project, so it's not a knitting project, it's a crochet project, and I just was very excited about it because it looked really cool, and so I've made some progress. And I'm happy to share my progress with you and show you what I've come up with so far, the bits that I've done, that I've finished, and I haven't yet put anything together, but I have created some things, and I'm not sure how far I got the last time we spoke. I can't even remember if I had done the hair already. I think I did the hair already. I did the hair and the head. So the doll's hair, like that. Julie, where's your eyes, Julie? Here she is. So I finished Julie's wee head, and then I finished Julie's body. I think I finished the body last week, it's last time as well. But I've also finished a little underskirt. Oh my gosh, isn't this just gorgeous? Look at this. I was wondering how these frills happen. And then when I read the pattern, I thought, oh gosh, this looks so cute. So this kind of little lacy frills is just going to be sticking out under her dress. I'll put a picture of what she's supposed to look like in the end. So I just love it. I just love it so much. So that's her body. Then I did her legs as well. So I finished her legs. Her body's pretty much done, right? I finished the legs and the arms. So yeah, the two legs. We've got one with a sock kind of falling down. It's so cute. And then we have, get out of here, then we've got the arms. So it's got little thumb knots there, as you can see. So these are the legs and the arms. So she's going to be a fairly tallish girl. If you put her on her body like this. Oops. Sorry, Julie, I'm messing up. These are little eyes and a head. So she's going to be reasonably tall. Look at that. The next thing I'm doing for Julie is making her dress. Please excuse the heavy breathing. My bulldog is in the room again. She loves to come in when I'm filming and sniff around my things. So this is the dress I'm making. This is the color of the dress I'm making for Julie. It's like a pinafore dress, and it's not the color, the original color of the pattern, but it is the color that I'm using because I like bright colors, and I think Julie is meant to be an autumn girl. But who says autumn has to be drab, right? So I think autumn can be lovely, and it's like a pinafore style dress, which I can now, so the bottom part I'm doing orange, and then the top I'm going to add a yellow, and then I'm going to frame it because it does have like the last layer of stitching is a different color, a contrast color. So I'm going to contrast the two with one another. So I'll frame this one with yellow, and I'll frame the top of the pinafore in orange. And then she has a jacket as well. So there's the jacket, so the dress, the jacket, the shoes I haven't made yet, and then she's got a little shawl, a beanie, and a bag. So all those, it's so tiny, like I don't think it's going to take me forever to make, so I'll be happy to work on this project because it'll be finished quite quickly. So that's my other WIP. And then I have to talk about my friend, Leslie Friend. I call her my friend. I don't know her. She doesn't know me from above, so, but she has this YouTube channel that came up in my feed not long ago, and I happened upon like episode 49 or something, and I watched it and I thought, oh, I quite enjoy this. I like this lady's style. I like what she's doing. I love the content, like the sweaters that she's making. She's got, I think, really good taste, and so I thought, oh, I caught up. I spent the last 2 weeks catching up on her videos, and so in one of the videos she was telling us about a free pattern, and that she'd used this yarn called Big Birdie from, I think, from Lemon Kid, and that Lemon Kid has a free pattern on their Ravelry page called The Fancy, and I quite liked it, the way she described it and the way it looked on her. I thought, well, that's cool. I wonder if I can make that. And so I was planning a trip last weekend. I was supposed to go away, and so I thought I'll take my knitting on the flight. It'll be a 6-hour flight. I've got enough time to sit and just knit, and I'd love that. So I thought, now what am I going to knit? And I haven't shared my stash with you guys, so partly because I'm a little bit embarrassed about my stash. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there, because before I knew anything about, you know, yarn qualities or fiber or whatever, I was knitting things like this with acrylic. This is probably mainly acrylic, but I bought this at Spotlight, and they come in like bulk packs, so you get like a sweater quantity of something, and they call it mixed blends. They don't ever tell you what it's mixed with, and so sometimes I get a good bargain and they do tell you what it's mixed with. So for this example, I also bought this mohair yarn, and it's predominantly acrylic as well, so probably 40% acrylic, and then mohair, and then nylon, and then glitter. So it's a mixed blend, but I quite like it. In any case, so this is a mixed blend as well that I'm wearing, and I bought heaps of other packets, and I thought, oh, this is cool because I can knit, you know, sweaters with it once I learned or taught myself how to read patterns, or learned from YouTube how to do that. So that's what I did. So I have this stash. I might share it with you at some point, but not today. And in my stash, for my flight, I thought if I could pull off the Fancy from Lamb & Kid, I'll check if I've got yarn for it. And it so happened that I found this yarn. It was in a bag, a plastic bag. I didn't know it was quite as fluffy. I didn't know it was quite as thick. Have a look at that. If you can see how fluffy it is. Will it focus? Yeah, I won't focus until it sees my... Doesn't seem nice. So there, I didn't realize it was fluffy. It's got a little bit of glitter, like a gold streak in it, all the way through. This is kind of all these golden colors, rose gold and this beautiful other shades, and it's the self-striping as well. But it was reminiscent to me of what I thought Big Birdie looked like, and I thought it had the same weight because it looks like it's probably the same weight. So I thought, wow, how lucky am I that I can actually knit myself one of these fancies. So I cast it on, learned some new techniques along the way, because that's what this is about for me. Learning new techniques. I have so far only got to the collar. I was so excited. I cast on before my flight. I didn't end up going on the flight. That's a story for another day. But at the airport, I did this much provisional cast on, and then I watched a video by Andrea Mowry about how to join this, how to fold and how to knit into your provisional stitches, which was quite new to me, so I was happy that I could do that. The next step on this, of course, is German short rows. And so I have looked at a few YouTube videos. I'm not confident yet. I understand how they work. I'm just not understanding quite as clearly how the pattern works. So the pattern language I'm not quite understanding, so that's something I need to figure out. The pattern says the next few rows are like GSR, so 10 rows are GSR rows, but it doesn't tell you where to make your double stitch or something they call it. In the first line it says GSR and then knit to first marker, whatever, the sleeve marker, and then turn your work. And then in the next GSR instruction, the next line, next round, it doesn't say GSR at the start. It says GSR where it says turn your work. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I might ask my new friend if she can explain it to me. I don't know if she will. Anyway, so that's I thought was a really cool find. And so from this woman's channel I discovered so many other projects that I could potentially do, that I could potentially make, and it was exciting to me because I thought not everyone's knitting petite knit or my favorite things knitwear, or I don't know, all these names that everybody keeps throwing around, or Sari Nordland or Andrea Mowry or all these people. It does seem though to me like that, but the only problem I have with that is the yarn, because I can't afford the types of yarns that they recommend for their patterns, and so I'm just trying to make my hobby work for me, and I make things that work, that I feel work for me. So there was that. The other fantastic thing I found on her channel was this shrug that she designed off of a Francis Valentino, Francis Valentine, I don't know, one or the other. I will put up here the picture that her friend of hers sent her and said to her, you could make this. And so she designed a pattern for something similar to that. Obviously there's changes, adaptations on her pattern. I quite like, so her pattern has a collar that comes up to here, and you can not knit the collar, you can just do a flat rib collar. and I kind of like the idea of a flat rib collar. But this Shrug, she calls it a friend to friend, and she uses inexpensive wool, which I love. The You and Me Lion brand yarn is recommended for this pattern, and she did give it out for free, but that was before I knew her. So my sister purchased the pattern for me, and my sisters are like, I've got two sisters and we all in different countries around the world. So my one sister lives in Cape Town, where I'm from, in South Africa. I live in New Zealand, and our other sister lives in Australia. And so the three of us are often in contact with one another. We talk, and they're like my biggest fans. Like, they support my creativity or my creative endeavors wholeheartedly. And I've kind of inspired them now to want to try and start knitting, because they can knit. We were taught knitting at school, but never really got into it in the way that I have gotten into it now. So they wanted to know, like, what was a beginner project that we can all do, or that they can start with. And then when I found this friend to friend Shrug, which is such a cool, versatile garment. I'll put a picture of it for you to see, and you can adapt it, you can embroider it, you can embellish it how you like. And I love to embellish my things with embroidery. A lot of my custom mades, I just love embroidery so much. And so I thought, oh, this would be something that we could do together. So my sisters and I will be doing an unofficial knit along. Okay, I'm not hosting a knit along by any means, because I don't even know how to go about doing that. All I'm saying is that we're calling this our sister Cal. Okay, and because I don't know how to do any kind of hosting of knit alongs, my sisters and I will be doing this on our own. So we will be doing, for the month of April, which started today, we will be doing a sister Cal. And I might be posting pictures on my Instagram account. Maybe my sister will post some on hers as well, or both of them might, I don't know. And we will call it #SisterCal. And we will be knitting the friend to friend. So we've all three have chosen different colors to make it with, and so we'll probably all be doing different embellishments for it as well. But I'm really excited about this. I think it's so cool that I was able to inspire my sisters to knit as well. I love it, and I wish everyone would do it. It's just amazing. So yeah, that's very exciting to me. So we're going to be doing that. I have bought my yarn and my knitting needle, so it just calls for a size 8mm with 80 centimeter cables. I bought this, just a fixed cable knitting needle. I also bought the black Lion brand You and Me. I thought black would be fantastic. It's very versatile, and 8mm, like, how quick is this thing going to come together? I'm just excited about that. I haven't cast on anything yet. I'm waiting for my sisters to get their stuff together. They have been putting it together. So my sister in Australia also has access to the Lion brand You and Me. The other sister in South Africa doesn't, or wasn't able to find it, I don't think. And so we've found a substitute for her, and she's chosen the color red. And my sister in Australia she's going to be a two-tone girl. She's going to do block, cream and black. And I think that the embroidery will stand out so much more on this black, and so I'm really excited to get that going. So I've bought 3 skeins of that, which is what it takes according to the measurements and according to the size that I'm going to be doing. So I'm really stoked about that. And so that was the exciting news that I wanted to mention. All of this based on this woman, Leslie Friend, who has highlighted these things for me. I would like to share some of my acquisitions. Now, I did say I was not going to purchase any more yarn until I have worked through my stash. And so I have not been buying. Only for this You and Me thing I bought yarn. My sister in South Africa sent me some yarn that she had bought. She was trying to learn how to crochet. It didn't go very well. She bought this really fine cotton yarn. I don't even know if it's cotton. I don't know what it is, but it's these unplied stuff again. I have a pink yarn similar. It's like these 4 loose unplied strands, and of course it didn't work for crochet. It's just too tricky to work with. So what I started doing was unwinding it to its single strands. I've done it with one of the skeins so far, and it comes up like this. So I've got this and this out of the one skein, and this. So these 3, that's a 3 skein, sorry, not 4. It's 3 3 yarns that are kind of unplied, but they're just sitting together. So that's what they are. I don't know what this yarn is. I've tried to find out off of the the tag, but this is, you can't even see what it says on here. All it says is San Marco, and it just looks like it's stuck together. Made in Spain. I tried to look it up. I didn't get any joy. So yeah, this is some of my acquisitions. So my sister sent me, someone who visited, a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours visited South Africa, and when she came back she brought me a few skeins of these, and which I am unwinding to make more skeins. And she sent me some cotton, so a few balls of this beautiful bright pink color. Sorry, the light is so bright. Okay, and she also sent me this beautiful fabric. I wanted to share with you the sewing pattern that I was going to use for this. Basically it's a shirt dress I'm going to make using this, and how good are these two going to go together? I'm excited to see. I've got a pattern, I think it's a new look pattern. I will post it or put the link. I'll put the link in the description box below for this pattern that I'm going to be using to make my dress with this material. It's going to be fantastic. I can just envision it now. How gorgeous it's going to look with my navy cardi. It's going to be a whole me-made outfit. Mwah. So there's that. It was another acquisition. I didn't buy it. I was gifted it. My sister sent it for me. So that's not something I spent any money on. And then this past weekend, just for giggles, I thought I might try thrifting some yarn. I didn't know the quality of the thrift stores are. I mean, I thought I knew. Usually not fantastic. And so I wasn't expecting much. And I thought I'll just hit one suburb, hit the thrift stores and see what, see what they had, if there's anything there. And so I started in my local suburb here. I lie. I started the day before. I started on Thursday afternoon. There were 3 stores right next to each other, 3 op shops, thrift stores next to each other. And in the first one I went into, I feel like I struck gold. So I came across, look at it. Is this not the fluffiest mower you've ever seen? So what this is thoroughbred equinox, and of course this is, I know nothing about this kind of thing, but what it says is on the tag, luckily it came with the tag, It is 64% mohair, 25% nylon, and 11% wool. That's what this is. And it has 90 meters per 50 gram ball. 90 meters per 50 gram ball, and the recommended size needles is 6 millimeters. The color is, there's no name for the color, it's just a number, shade 3543. And in this bag there are, I haven't even counted, oh my gosh, so many. What? I haven't even counted how many is in here. Let's do a tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 skeins. And for 90 meters per skein, I could probably get something decent out of this if I chose to use it on its own. I don't know. It's got nylon in it. I think the nylon softens a lot of it. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm guessing. As this one had nylon in it as well, and it's not scratchy. But possibly the acrylic had a lot to do with it. So, this was my other acquisition. How much did I pay for this, you ask? $18. $18 for 9 skeins of this thoroughbred mohair nylon wool. Ha! Gold. I'm telling you, gold. So, that was the one store I went into. And then I didn't get anything at the other 2 stores, and then my son came home from uni for the weekend, actually for the week, and I said to him, oh, I'd like to hit the op shops in this area on Saturday, because Friday all the stores were shut. It was Good Friday. First one I went into, I found what I thought made a pretty cute little project bag, right, for $2, because the handle was broken. So I'm just going to crack this handle, chuck this in the wash. Look at this beautiful fabric. I mean, I just thought it was such a cute little thing. I could put a handle in here myself, like a dowel stick with a, I could, yep, definitely weave a dowel through here. And have a cute little project bag. I've already put my You and Me wool in here. This is going to be my project bag for my friend-to-friend Shrug. So, that's what I got at the one store, and it was all that was there for me. And then we went to the next thrift shop. Guys, I don't know about you. I found 2 cones. 2 of these exact size cones. And I didn't know what it was. I thought it was quite fine. This is like lace weight. Super fine. Yarn. Where's the beginning of this baby? Let me show you. I can't find it now. But inside it had a little sticker inside the cone, because I asked the lady in the thrift store, do you know what it is? She said, oh no, these, I don't know, I have no idea what it is. It's you know, donated to us. So have a look at that. And in the I'm not even holding it in front of the camera so you can see. Very fine. I mean, super fine, right? I looked up on what was on the sticker. It was a brand called Crochet, and it had some numbers on it. And when I put in the numbers into Google, guess what this is? If you know beforehand, you should let me know in the comments that you knew beforehand what this was. I'm really interested in knowing. I'm just showing my ignorance here, but cashmere. 100% cashmere. Yep. 100% cashmere. Made in Italy. And I've got 2 of these cones. these massive cones, probably 500 grams. I don't know the yardage that's on this cone, but super fine. I thought to myself, wonder what this is, and I couldn't wait to get home to figure it out. And then I lied, that's not the creophil, this is the creophil. This was something else. This was something else, Indus-C. This is the creophil. This is the Italian luxury yarn. Oh, and for this cone, I paid $8 per cone, so $16 for the 2 cones. And then I went to the next store and I got this. This, I don't understand what this is. I tried to look up what this yarn is. I looked again on the batch numbers and all the stuff that's inside here. Couldn't find any information on it except that it's a luxury yarn made in Italy. Could be a rag yarn, I'm not sure, but I quite like it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Not yet. Until I find out what it is, I won't know. If you have an idea, please let me know. I'd really love to know what it is that I've actually got here. And then the last thrift store we went to, I found a whole bag of what looks like undyed, kind of anything done to it. I don't know what, if it's merino, or if it's alpaca, or if it doesn't say. I haven't even opened the bag. I'm gonna open the bag now. You can imagine my dog's surprise when she saw these bags. So this, oh my gosh, look at that. I paid $8 for the entire bag. There's one. If you have an idea what this is, please let me know. I might take it to my local yarn shop and find out if they, not my not so local yarn shop, but one in town that I work close by. I'll take this in there and ask them if they can tell me what it is. There's different colors here. This one looks, ooh. What is this? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. Do not know. But I bought it because I thought this looks like something worthwhile having. Right? Tell me I'm right, otherwise what did I spend money on this for? It was only $8, so it's not really a fortune. I would love to know what to do with this, how to use it, what projects I can use it for, what it's good for, or not. So, use that. Those are my acquisitions. Some dust flying around here at the moment. So yeah, it's my acquisitions, and I think with that I'm going to end this video. I hope it hasn't gone on for too long, and I hope that you found at least some of it interesting. If you did, please give us a like. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so. It is free. Absolutely no cost to you whatsoever, but you will definitely be helping my channel along. And so I will see you in my next video. Bye.